This is Natalie at the hospital.
You guys think there's PC?
Yeah.
Every part of this poor girl's body was bruised.
And it took 3 of us to literally get her into the elevator so that we could interview her and get photos.
I can wholeheartedly tell you with 100% confidence, this is the type of call of which you will respond to more often than any other call on patrol.
We average about 4 to 6 domestic disturbance calls for service a day. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes more. Since January 1st of 2024, we've been dispatched to approximately 1,200 domestic disturbances, give or take a few. And in those calls for service, they are the most volatile calls and most dangerous calls a deputy or any peace officer can respond to in their daily work assignment.
Within investigating domestic violence, something that I want to hammer home to you guys and make sure you know and understand this is prepare your case as if it was a homicide. Why is that important? What did we say earlier? That it could turn into a homicide. 75% of the people who are murdered on behalf of a spouse or former spouse is when they're leaving. So prepare your case as if it was a homicide because you want to be able to paint that picture prior to something bad happening.
When victims finally decide to make that shift to leave, that's the most dangerous time, because if you think about that tension building, the explosion and the honeymoon, as a victim, you know that cycle and you know how they react. And as soon as you say you're leaving or they know you're leaving, all bets are off. And so that is the most volatile time, and that is when we do unfortunately see those domestic violence deaths.
You guys familiar with Ms. Nieto?
He was just sentenced.
You guys are sure familiar with Mr. Tanaki?
The man accused of killing an 18-year-old mother in downtown Reno last year, then dumping her body near Cold Springs, has been found guilty of second-degree murder.
Jessica Griffin, she was the woman who was murdered out in just outside of Somerset in like the Verdi area by her longtime on-again, off-again boyfriend.
Court documents show the victim had warned about the violent and abusive nature of the suspect for years.
I put these up here because that's how serious domestic violence is.
But I never want to see a victim domestic violence say, I'm not going to call because you guys don't do anything, and then they, God forbid, get hurt and something or worse. And I can't have that on my conscience, and neither can anybody that works at the sheriff's office.